comes
This
under
conference
paroxysmal
will now
tachycardia.
be recorded.
Yeah, this is Mohammad Sadat. I am taking the final session of ECG part 3. Let's continue our session. Yeah, so the important aspects in theory is Wolff-Parkinson syndrome and heart blocks. Okay, so I have made notes for heart blocks and Wolff-Parkinson syndrome. Rest all I will be teaching the concept. I will not teach in detail this, and the rest aspect I will just explain it to you. So if you have understood and if you're taking the running notes, well and good. If you have not understood, it's not a big issue. You can learn it afterwards. For now, just focus on heart blocks and Wolff-Parkinson syndrome. Okay. Now let me go concept wise in each and every bit. Let's begin our heart blocks. Okay. Yes. Let's begin our heart blocks. Now what you have seen in heart blocks in the classification? Yes. You have seen that there are SA node heart blocks and atrioventricular heart blocks. Okay, atrioventricular heart blocks. Now yesterday some of you were telling that you are just jumping specifically to the word block. See, block means nothing but just a impairment in conduction. Okay, remember that, just impairment in conduction. Okay, impairment in conduction of the impulse. It doesn't mean that it's completely blocking the SA node or it is completely stopping the impulse to reach. Okay, it's just there's just a short amount of impulses not reaching or getting blocked, or certain area is getting impaired. Okay, it's not specifically completely getting blocked. Now we have done with SA node blocks. We are done. In atrioventricular blocks, come over here, incomplete and complete blocks. Now what do I mean by incomplete and complete blocks? Incomplete blocks means the impulse is reaching the ventricles. Okay, the impulse is reaching the ventricles appropriately, but the problem is that only few amount of impulse is reaching. Otherwise, there's a separate conducting system which been created. Something like this is happening. But in complete heart block, what is happening in complete heart block is atria is doing its own function through SA node. Okay, atria is functioning through its separately it's pumping, and ventricle is pumping separate. Okay, why it is pumping separately? Because it's a complete block. Here you can specifically tell what block means. Okay, complete block. But incomplete you have to be like 50-50. Okay, how we'll see what are the other types of blocks. So understood, right? Incomplete blocks, there's a 50-50 chance of a little amount of impulses coming and little amount of impulses not coming to the ventricles from the conducting system. But in complete blocks, yes, the whole impulse is getting stopped. So atria is pumping on its own, ventricle is pumping on its own. Let's start with the incomplete. Yes, in incomplete we have uh, first degree. Okay, let's type first degree heart block. What do I mean by first degree heart block? Listen up closely. Listen up closely. What happens in first degree heart block is, this is our AV node, right? This is our AV node. What this fellow is doing here is he's more than lazy. Okay, he's more than lazy. He's not at all doing the work on time. He's getting very lazy. So what happens when this AV node is normally what happens? Tell me. Normally in the ECG, what is the function of when the impulse goes through the ECG? Tell me what. Yes, this is the Q, R, and S, and this is the T. So normally that belongs over here, right? AV node, when the whole AV node, it's getting AV nodal delay is there, it will be here. So nothing but PR interval, right? So PR, we are not telling PQ, we are telling it PR interval. So it's normally acting over here. What happens now? What did I tell? AV node is not functioning. It's dealing. Okay, it's functioning, but it is dealing a lot. So now on the ECG, when the P wave comes, what will happen to the interval? Tell me, guys. Yes, this interval will prolong. This interval will prolong, and then QRS it will occur normally. Why? Because after it passes through the AV node, in the heart, yes, after it passes through the AV node, what will happen? Yes, normally the ventricles will contract to bundle of His and Purkinje system. So QRS will be normal. QRS will be normal. And T wave, that is the repolarization, will be normal. So the only defect in first degree heart block is what? Tell me, guys. Yes, tell me what is the first problem? Yes, just write it down like this. PR interval is more than 0.2 seconds. Right? More than 0.2 seconds. So there's nothing much there to tell in first degree heart block. AV node is delaying the conduction more than its usual delay, and PR interval is prolonging on the ECG. So when we see the ECG paper, this will will regularly prolong. So whenever you see all the leads, in all the leads you will see this prolonged. Okay, PR interval will be prolonged. Let's jump to second degree hard block, guys. Let's jump to second degree hard block. Yes. Now I will give another name to this. I will give another name to this. I will call it as partial hard block. Okay. I will give another name to this. I'm not giving, they have given. So it's known as partial hard block. Okay. So what happens here is, listen up closely. What happens here is, in this heart, what happens is, when the conducting system is sending the impulse from the SA node, when it reaches the AV node, some problem is occurring in the AV node. What is happening is, few impulses are getting conducted to the ventricles. I'll put a tick here like this, and few impulses are not getting conducted in the ventricles. Okay, not getting conducted. So what will happen? Tell me, what will happen if the conducting system normally, now tell me normally what happens? Normally what happens? When the conducting system reaches the ventricles, when the signal reaches the ventricles, what happens in the, this is normal. P wave is normal. SA node is sending signal appropriately. Okay, P wave is normal totally. Absolutely, P wave is normal. So okay, P wave is normal. But what happens later? Tell me. The QRS, what is happening? Normally, what is happening? Yes, normally QRS is coming when it reaches the ventricles. Now, what did I tell over here? Tell me. Few impulses are not reaching the ventricles. So let me show it to you on the ECG. Yes. So now this is our ECG paper, right? This is our ECG paper. Yes. Now observe closely. I'm talking about lead 2 only. We will always talk about lead 2 only. Okay. We will not talk about anything else. Closely observe over here. Yes. So the P wave comes. What is happening? Tell me. Normally, so now in this scenario over here, impulses are going to the ventricles. So QRS is coming normally, and this is the T wave. So P, QRS, and T. This arrow represents impulses reaching, okay, the ventricles. That's why QRS is coming, right? So now in this second scenario, when we taking the ECG, P wave comes, but here what is happening is that impulse is not reaching the ventricles. So now here I will put this arrow, but then I will put yes, that impulse is not reaching. At that time in the ECG, there will be no QRS. See, there will be no QRS, meaning the ventricle is not depolarizing. So when the ventricle is not depolarizing, what will happen? No QRS will come. And similarly, if ventricle does not depolarize, automatically there will be no electrical activity for repolarization also. Na? So no T wave also. No T wave also. T wave also will not be there. T wave is also not there. Why? It's not depolarizing for it to repolarize, right? This is for the depolarization QRS, which is not happening because the impulse has not reached here. In the T wave also, repolarization is not happening because there was no depolarization. So in this segment, tell me what have you seen? Now again, what will happen? Again, SA node will send a signal. Again, there will be impulse reaching the AV node, and again QRS will come normally. So in this ECG, what have you learned? Tell me what have you learned in this ECG, everyone? Yes, you have learned that in the second degree heart block, what happens is few impulses reach the AV node. That signifies this part, right, where QRS is appearing in the ECG, but few impulses do not reach the ventricles. So ventricles do not depolarize. That will cause no QRS to appear and no T wave to appear. So the whole segment will be blank. It will be isoelectric. Then again, SA node will send a signal, which this is nothing but the P wave. So this wave is whole. This is also P wave. So there is P and P. Okay, there is a segment of P and P only. There is no QRS in between. There is no T wave. So this you will see on ECG for second degree heart block. Okay, you will see this in second degree heart block. Let's go to our next section. Up till now, are there any doubts, Arbaz? Arbaz, you there? Hello? I think he's gone.
No, I got a phone. Okay. There are no doubts, Sadat.
Okay, fine. Right. Let's go to our next heart block. See, I had shown you that classification, right? I had shown you the classification where there was incomplete heart block. In incomplete heart block, what you have seen up till now, first degree heart block, second degree heart block. Okay, but I have already also classified into two types, right? So this is the third degree heart block. But apart from these first degree and secondary heart blocks, we have another two. One is called Venke-Back, which I've taught you here, and it's also given a name as Mobitz 1. Okay, And another one is our what was the number? Yeah, Mobitz 2. Sorry, yeah, Mobitz 2. If you're getting confused, let's go back to the classification. Let's go back to the classification. See here. See here. We are over here. We are, where are we? Tell me. We are in the atrioventricular block, right? SA node is over. Now here, over here, we are in the incomplete heart block. Okay. In incomplete heart block, what have we finished, guys? Yes, we have finished the first degree heart block. We have finished the second degree heart block. No need to worry. Now we have another two aspects, that is Wenckebach phenomena and bundle branch block. Okay, after that we will jump to our complete heart block. Okay, yes, sorry, I think I must have told incomplete heart block. It was for AV block we have finished. We were in incomplete and then complete. So incomplete we have finished two, that is first degree and second degree. Now we have Wenckebach and bundle branch, then complete we will finish off easily. Okay, now come back to our Wenckebach phenomena, everyone. Wenckebach's phenomena or Mobitz type 1 what block, right? Mobitz type 1 block. Now in Wenckebach phenomena, listen up closely. What will happen here is you don't have to remember much. Okay, just one word answers in all of this is so yeah, so there will be note this down, everyone. Progressive increase in AV nodal delay. Yes, what is the difference? Tell me, what is the difference from this and the first degree heart block? First degree heart block, what was happening is AV nodal delay was occurring. But it was regular delay, right? Regular delay. So I will differentiate it from Wenckebach and this. Let me draw the heart over here. Now this is the Wenckebach, this is the type 1 heart block. Okay, in type 1 heart block, this AV node, this fellow was delaying. Okay, it was delaying, I don't have any problem, but he was delaying at a consistent level, meaning when he was delaying, there was no increase in the delay. Understood? Meaning when the impulse are coming, he's delaying it for certain amount of fixed time. This is the fixed time he's delaying. I'll color this box. This is the fixed time he's delaying it, and then he's sending the signals appropriately. This is AV nodal block seen in type 1, AV nodal delay seen in type 1, right? Type 1 is simple, fixed time. Remember that fixed word. But here in this Wenckebach fellow, what is this AV node is doing is, listen up closely. This AV node fellow is progressively increasing the delay. Now, what do I mean by progressively increasing the delay? Let's draw this box over here. So initially what happened when the SA node sends the signals to the AV node, this fellow is delaying it for this much time. Again, this fellow SA node is sending the signals. What is happening to AV node? This fellow is delaying it for more amount of time. Okay, he's keeping the impulse with himself for more amount of time. He's becoming selfish. Now again this SA node will send, and again this fellow will delay it so much he will keep it to himself. He will not give it to the ventricles, he will keep it to himself. So this is called what? This box is increasing gradually. So this progressive increase in box size or progressive increasing the delay means what? Yes, what will this fellow do in the ECG? This progressive delay will happen so much that the eventually what will happen, it will delay it so much that that impulse will remain in AV node only. It will not reach the ventricles. So what is happening here with the blue arrow? See, here it is reaching the ventricles. Okay, let me rub this. Yes, here also it is reaching the ventricles after some time. Here after a long time it's reaching the ventricles. Still it is reaching the ventricles. Here it is so much he's delaying, it's not reaching the ventricles. So what will happen again in ECG when ventricles are not depolarized, guys? Yes, let's draw the ECG. Let's draw the ECG with a different color. Yes. So now P wave, yes, P wave is bindas. He's sending the SA node. SA node is sending the signal. So P wave is coming appropriately over here. Now again, AV nodal delay. Yes, look at over here. We are talking about AV nodal delay only. I will color this now. Yes. Now and then again, what happened? I'm drawing for this first box. I'm drawing this first wave for the first box, meaning little bit of time he's delaying, and then it is going to the ventricles and depolarization is occurring over T wave. Okay, T wave. I'll mark T. Okay. Now again, what is happening? Tell me. Now again, what is happening is this P wave again. SA node is sending the signals. Let's draw the second box, guys. Let's draw the second box. What will happen when AV nodal is dealing more? Yes, I'm going to draw this more. Yeah, I will draw this horizontal line more. Why? This is extending, right? This is signifying nothing but what? PR interval is signifying nothing but what? Yes, AV nodal delay, right? And then still it is reaching the ventricles. So again, I will draw the QRS. No worries, no worries. Let's draw it more largely. Let's continue in our session. Yes, again T wave will come. No need to worry about that. Again, now here what is happening is, let's draw the last box. Let's not draw the third box. Let's draw the last box again. This box. Again, SA node is sending the signals. Yes, but this time it is happening so much that there is no production of. It is not reaching the ventricles over here. So there is no QRS complex. There is no QRS complex. And then again, there will be no T wave also. So again, T wave will come. So now in this whole ECG, what am I trying to signify? Let's color the portions. Let's color this portion and let's color this portion. Yes, now tell me what is the difference you are seeing over here? Gradually what is happening? Gradually what is happening? Tell me guys. Yes, gradually or progressively the PR interval, sorry, the PR interval, I'll write it. Yes, I will write it. The PR interval is gradually increasing so much so that the beat is dropping if the delay is more than 0.3 to 0.4 seconds, that much. If it is delaying more than this is not a specific value. I have just written for your understanding. But if it is delaying for such a long, if it is delaying it so much that it is keeping the impulse in itself only. So what have you understood? Yes, you have understood that initially little amount of, oh sorry, one second. Yes, initially what is happening? Only little amount of delay is present. Little amount of delay is present. But then what is happening? Tell me. Only little amount of delay is there. PR interval is still 0.2. Here again it is more than 0.2, and then finally here it is getting so much that there is no QRS. QRS is not there, and T wave is also not there, and this PR interval has completely increased to PP interval. Okay, you have understood this Wenckebach phenomena, everyone? Arbaz, just let me know now if they have understood the Wenckebach's phenomena, Mobit's type 1 block.
Yes, 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 yes.
Very good, very good. Now let's go back to this. I'll be coming back to this all the time so that you remember, picturize this thing in your brain. Yes, what have we finished now, guys? I'll drop this off. Yes, we have finished with the Wenckebach phenomena. Yes, yes. Now the last phenomena, bundle branch block. Bundle branch block. The thing is in the name only. The thing is in the name only. What do I mean by bundle branch? We know that there is bundle of his, right? Yes, yes, bundle of his. So what is the name I have given for it? Bundle branch block. In other words, we will give a name that it is called BBB, bundle branch block, or Wenckebach's was Mobit's type 1. This is Mobit's type 2. Okay, what are the two names? Bundle branch block or Mobit's type 2. Now I have told you that it is in the name, the concept is in the name. Now SA node will send a signal, bindas, and then the AV node will also conduct. But now what is the problem happening? Tell me. Yes, the bundle of his is not working here. One branch of the bundle is not working here. What will happen if one branch of the bundle will not work here? Yes, I will put a cross here so that it will represent that when the conduction is coming from the AV node, it is going to the right bundle of branch of his, but it is not able to conduct in the left bundle branch of his. So what will happen here? Tell me, guys. Yes, initially it will depolarize this right ventricle, then followed by, after right ventricle is getting depolarized from the right branch of bundle of his, then it will depolarize the left ventricle. Because few signals will go there also, because this is not working from right bundle of his only, it will reach the left ventricle. So what have we understood from this? Bundle branch block? Nothing much. It's simple that either one of these bundles will not work. That is, either the right will not work, or 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 the left will not work. Both will not work. It's not like that. Okay, it's not like that. Either one of them will not work, and then what will happen is that particular side which is bundle is not working, that opposite side will depolarize the that particular ventricle, and then followed by the respective ventricle. So what will happen on the ECG? Tell me. Yes, what is the main function getting problematic over here? Ventricular depolarization, right? Atrial depolarization is.
Sadat, I think that is there you have written bundle branch block, other name as Mobit's type 2. It is not Mobit's type 2, I think. Only bundle branch block.
So Mobitz
The
type
other
2
name is
is
not Mobitz
different.
type 2. Mobitz type 2
Okay,
you
okay,
already told. Okay.
okay, okay. No worries. I think I've covered. Venkibax is known as Mobitz type 1, right?
Yeah, Venkiback is Mobitz type 1 and Sada, so the normal wala type 2 hard block, second degree hard block that you told, that is Mobitz type 2.
Mobitz type 2. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Okay, okay. I will clarify at the end, guys. Do not worry. Let's just focus on our block. It's for the namesake. Okay, don't get confused with the names. Okay, just understand the concept. I have made the notes. If you're getting worried, I will show you for your satisfaction. Yes, see here. I've made beautiful notes for you how we will present it, so you don't have to. I mean, I don't know if it's beautiful, but it's at least simplified form. Okay. Yes. So where were we? Yes, we were in the bundle branch block. Yes, bundle branch block. Yes, what is happening in the bundle branch block? Tell me, guys. What is happening in the ventricles? Yes, normally what is happening over here? SA node is sending signals normally, so P wave will be normal. And what is happening here? AV node, there is no problem, I told. But now what is happening is this QRS is getting affected. Yes, this QRS is getting affected. So how will it appear on the ECG? Yes, it will either appear prolonged. Why will it appear prolonged, guys? Tell me. Tell me why will it appear prolonged? Because first it is going from right ventricle. First right ventricle is getting depolarized. It will take time and then it will go to the left ventricle. So the QRS complex will become large. It will prolong. Otherwise we can also have a different scenario where the ventricles will contract, but the ventricles will not contract with so much power because only one bundle is working. So the QRS complex will be deformed. Okay, the QRS complex will not be so huge to identify it appropriately. So I will show it on the pictorial diagram. See, this is the P wave I've told you. I say no normal. This is the PR interval, which is normal. You have to not worry about that. But QRS, I have told you what? Tell me, guys. Yes, QRS will become prolonged. I have told you now. So now right ventricle is getting depolarized, and then sorry, I love this. Yes, so right ventricle is getting depolarized, and then it's taking time. So this, yes, like this. Have you seen this? The repolarization will be normal because repolarization will occur because of the outer pericardium, right? If from pericardium, it's not related to the stimulus. But so T wave will be normal. But see this, what is happening here? So when I see on the ECG, this P wave will come like this, but this QRS is coming abnormally large. Why? Because it is prolonging, right? So remember the galvanometer. When the depolarization is taking time, it will move slow. Usually, what will happen in ventricles? Tell me, it will spike, right? It will spike. But now, since it is conducting, first it is going to the right, and then right is slowly depolarizing the left. So the arrow will deflect slowly in the galvanometer, and it will come like this. It will come like this. It will go, and then it will come like this. QRS. Okay. Otherwise, what did I tell you? Otherwise, what was the other scenario in bundle branch block? Yes, the QRS will be deformed. So P wave is normal, PR is normal, but it will be deformed means it will come like this or something like that. Okay. T wave. Deform means not appropriate power of contraction. It will come short also sometimes like this. Okay. Yes, see this and see this. Okay. Have you understood this bundle branch block? Incomplete blocks is over now. Okay. Incomplete block, what have we finished, guys? First degree, second degree, Venkibax, bundle branch block. Is there any doubt in incomplete hard blocks, anyone? Arbaz?
No messages I got.
Yeah.
No doubt, Kade.
Okay,
No
okay.
doubt.
No worries.
Please
Okay.
summarize, someone is
हो
telling.
गया हो गया. Now,
Okay.
yeah, I will summarize it the note section ma. Do not worry. Okay.
Okay.
So now tell me over here. Now we are in the incomplete form is over. Incomplete is over. Now complete I will explain in 2 minutes because you don't have to write much about complete. It's so much is books are written on this complete hard block, but we don't have to go so much in detail. Now what did I tell you when I have explained to you complete hard block means this part is not working completely. Complete hard block means this whole part is not working completely. There is no conduction, there is no correlation between atria and there is no correlation between ventricles. What do I mean by this? What do I mean by this? Focus over here, focus over here. See, when the SA node is conducting to the AV node is not at all acquiring the impulse, or otherwise this bundle of his is not at all acquiring the impulse. Just remember this. Don't go in detail, anybody. Do not go in detail. So what is happening? I told you, AV node completely useless or bundle of his completely useless. This you have understood. Now you have understood this. Yes, AV node completely useless. Bundle of is completely useless. In other sections we have not seen that they are completely useless. Either one of the bundle of is was working in the bundle BBB in the bundle block, but in AV node also was only delaying. Okay, it was not completely stopping its function right up till now. But in complete hard block, what I have told you, either this or either this is not working. Okay, now if these are not working, yesterday what have I told you? When SA node or AV node or bundle of branch, all these things will be stopped to work, what will happen? Yes, the Purkinje system of this will start working, right? If the bundle of his does not work. And in here SA node is bindas and SA node is working. Okay, SA node, I have not told you that it is not working. SA node is working, but its conduction is not coming here. But yesterday those people were telling block means SA node is not working. No, I've told you already, it's not specific answer. I've told you that there is impairment in the conduction. Understood? SA node is working here in the complete block. SA node is working, but its conduction is not reaching the AV node because AV node is completely useless or bundle of his is completely useless. Now let's rub all these diagrams. Now what will happen? See carefully over here. SA node is sending its signals, but AV node is not taking. So this SA node will depolarize only the atria. Okay. Now atria is depolarizing. So let's color this as yellow. Atria is depolarizing, but ventricles is not. So now over here, this bundle of his in the Purkinje system, this Purkinje system will start working. I've told you yesterday that rapid conduction is not helpful, but the amount of conducting beats is helpful. So Purkinje system sends very less amount of beats, so ventricles will contract from its depolarization, but very less. So now what is happening here? Tell me now what is happening here. Let's draw a differentiating feature. Yes, this I will divide into half. So this atria is contracting on its own. Yes, this atria is contracting on its own basis. There is no correlation with ventricles, and this ventricle fellow is contracting on its own basis. So what is happening? Tell me. Atria is contracting independently of ventricular activity. Yes, this is the keyword. Okay, atria is acting independently of ventricular activity, or ventricles are acting independently of atria. So there is no correlation between atria and ventricles. So what will happen on ECG, my friends? Tell me, what will happen on ECG? Yes, in the complete hard block. So this SA node will depolarize the P wave, right? So yes, P wave sometimes comes and sometimes does not come because it will be influenced by the QRS. But QRS will also, it is a very haphazard arrangement. Okay, I don't know much details, but see, just for your understanding, see, SA node is depolarizing. Okay, but QRS, what is happening? Very less amount of Purkinje system, or what will happen? Even if Purkinje system is not working, the ventricular muscle will start pumping, becoming the conductor. Okay, ventricular musculature. Yesterday I have explained to you why. So yeah, so the QRS will not be so much. It will be very small. Okay, it will be very small like this. Okay, and then T wave. So P and T. Okay, sometimes this P wave will also not come because it will send so many signals. It will not catch up with the SA node will send so many beats that it is beating so much that it will not catch to reach the galvanometer. Meaning, I'll show you that. Meaning this is our heart, and this SA node fellow is sending signals rapidly. Okay, he's beating, but then it has to reach the ventricles. That time what will happen? The atria will depolarize. But what is happening here is there is no correlation between. So this the ventricular relaxation won't be there, but blood will be coming here. So SA node will feel that you have to pump. So again it will send signals. So repeated signals will, what will happen is it will not catch up only in the ECG. It will not. The ECG machine is not capable of catching that sort of impulse for SA node. There is not much detail for this P wave, but remember in complete hard block what will happen is, yes, this QRS will be very small. Okay, this QRS will be very small. Why? Because ventricles are contracting on basis of, tell me, separately, right? It is contracting on basis of bundle of his. Okay, bundle of his, not bundle of his, Purkinje system. Okay, Purkinje or ventricular muscle system. Okay, that's all is there in this complete hard block. There is nothing much to know about this. Okay, so now let's summarize in our theory. Yes, up till now what have we covered? Yes, yesterday we have learned about hard blocks. Tell me, SA block, what we have learned that in SA internodal fibers will not work over here, and AV node will work. AV node will start working over here. So AV node we had divided yesterday in upper, middle, lower. Don't write much about this SA block. Okay, writing this AV block is more than enough in our theory paper. Okay, now AV block we have divided into incomplete and complete. Incomplete, what have we covered? Yes, we have completed the first degree, we have completed the second degree, Venn key bags. This he has told not to write. Yeah, Just eliminate this. That's all. So we have completed incomplete. Tell me incomplete, AV nodal block and infra. Yes, just write these names. It's nothing but what this means is AV nodal block means AV node is not working. Infranodal block means bundle of phase is not working. Okay, just remember that. So here Purkinje system will come in action. Here bundle of phase will come in action. But don't worry about all that. Okay, just write two names. That's all. Now let's come to the most important part of our summarization. Incomplete. See over here what I've written in first degree hard block. Yes, AV node delays more than 0.2 seconds. See, and the PR interval is prolonged, and I have drawn over here this arrow. You see this red arrow? Yes, red arrow. And that's all. That's all you have to write in the first degree hard block. Come to the second degree hard block. Yes, SA node few impulses not reaching the ventricle. So QRS sometimes does not come. Arrow wrong cross means does not come. So QRS does not come sometimes. That's what I wanted to write over there. So this green, you see this green arrow? Yes, that's where the QRS has not come. Here the QRS has come. Here the QRS has come. But here the QRS has not come because it does not reach the ventricles. Few impulses. Let's go to third degree. Not third degrey. Wenckebach's phenomena, which is still an incomplete. Mobitz type 1, yes. Progressive increase in AV nodal delay. So I have shown you in the diagram. You can see this is here the arrow is small for the PR interval. This is normal, but here it is increasing. See PR interval here, and then suddenly it is not there only. QRS is not there only. Have understood this Wenckebach's phenomena? PR interval is gradually increase, then QRS will be dropped. Understood this? Here little, here more delay, and then eventually AV node will not send the signal to the ventricles, and then QRS is not there. Cross QRS is not there. Okay. Mobitz type 2. Just remove this type 2. Yes. Bundle branch block. What is in bundle branch block? See the diagram. See the heart diagram. Like this only you have to write in the exam. Heart blocks. See, the moment you are drawing this ECG, the moment you are drawing these heart diagrams for understanding, the moment the examiner sees this, he will just put a tick. It will show that you know the information, you have understood the concept. Not writing in paragraphs and paragraphs, they will not at all read that. Okay, yes. So here what you have seen, yes, here the rate is normal, but the QRS is deformed. Why the QRS is deformed? Because yes, the right ventricle is contracting first and then the left ventricle. You can also see here that the QRS is prolonged. Yes, prolonged. Understood till here? Yes. Now finally the complete heart blocks. Tell me what is there. Yes, see, I have drawn separately. You have to draw this only. Like this only you have to write in the exam. Atrias, you have to put these arrows. Write with color pens or write with black pen, anything. Draw diagrams. Yeah. So atria is pumping separately. Ventricles are pumping separately. AV conduction is not there. And then bundle of phase, Purkinje will stimulate. If Purkinje is also not working, ventricular muscle will stimulate. Here, write this only two types. AV nodal is there, infranodal. Just that's all. That's all you have to write in the heart blocks. This is the theory question. Okay, understood about the heart blocks, guys? Let me just teach them in summary about the extrasystoles and the paroxysmal, and then we can finish off the session. I will require more half an hour, that's all. Up till 8 o'clock, we will continue the session.
No doubts. You will require more?
No doubts, right?
Yeah.
No
doubts.
Only up to 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Very nice. Cool. Let's go. Yes, let's come back to this diagram, guys. Yes, what have we completed? Tell me. Let's rub all this nonsense. Yes, we have completely finished the heart blocks. Finally, we have completed the heart blocks. This is over. Let's come to our, yes, over here. We are still in ectopic. Ectopic only we are discussing. Normotropic I have explained yesterday because yeah, SA node will be conducted. Yeah, here. Now in paroxysmal, guys, I will in extrasystole and in paroxysmal, I will explain you the definitions of this, and just I'll give you a touch. You do not have to go in detail in extrasystoles. You do not have to go in detail for paroxysmal, except for this Wolff-Parkinson syndrome, which I will explain with. I have prepared the notes. And atrial flutter, atrial fibrillation, you will hear a lot, and ventricular fibrillation, you will hear a lot. So I will explain these also, but you do not require to go that much in detail. Okay, with the ECG diagrams I will show you, and that's all for today's session. Okay, so now extrasystoles I will just explain briefly. Come over here. Yes, we are in the extrasystole. What do I mean by extrasystole? Just otherwise I will tell you. Okay, extrasystole, right? So extrasystole means apart from the normal conducting system, there are ectopic beats. What do I mean by ectopic beats? The best diagram to represent ectopic beats is, see, like this. See, normally this is our SA node, AV node, bundle of S. Ectopic foci represent the diagram like this. See, yes, this is the ectopic foci, or this is the ectopic foci, or this is the ectopic foci. What is ectopic foci? Apart from the conducting system, the atrial muscle or some region of the heart is producing its own beats, because the whole system is whole our heart is made of conducting system, right? So God has given the capacity of our heart. If the heart does not, conducting system does not work, it will cause our muscles to start producing beats. But here these ectopic foci are abnormally produced. Okay, sometimes abnormally produced or abnormal. Normally means it is not still normal, as in the heart is not in a normal condition. But when there is a pathology, it will, when the pathology is there, suppose this is our heart and this area is damaged due to ischemia, I will explain to you that this part of the heart is not working. So this he's not reaching, he's not getting blood supply. So the or this part, or this whole ventricle is not, or the right ventricle completely is not getting. So ectopic foci will start in the left ventricle. Okay, this left ventricle is happening, sending its ectopic foci, so left ventricular musculature. So this is a normal ectopic beat when the heart requires the muscle to produce ectopic beat. But abnormal ectopic beats is what is happening is the conducting system is working bindas, it's working normally, but still the heart is producing these ectopic beats even though there is no damage. Okay, just remember that. That's all. Do not if you are
Just
getting
I'd like
confused,
to
do not get. Yeah.
Yeah, just like I'd like to add the pathogenesis of the ectopic beat over there because they will remember it for a long time. What is happening in ectopic beat? Remember in one of the session in paper presentation session, when Sadat took that potential wala part, I told you why potassium is intracellular only, why sodium is extracellular. In that, I also explained you regarding the cell injury thing. I'll repeat that once. So whenever there is hypoxia, there is ischemia. Whenever there is ischemia, there is necrosis. So what happens in necrosis? Because of hypoxia, there is no synthesis of ATP. So if write down in a form of flowchart if you want, because that will help you why ectopics are being generated. So whenever there is hypoxia, there is no generation of ATP, right? Yes. Why ATP is not being generated? You all know, because for mitochondrial, that electron transport chain in the fourth complex, you require oxygen to ATP to be generated. So ATP is not getting generated. So every cell you have sodium, potassium, ATPase. Yes, because of lack of ATP, this sodium, potassium, ATPase is not working. If sodium, potassium, ATPase is not working, sodium will not be pushed out of the cell. So more sodium is now accumulating inside the cell. So this is a state of depolarization. So because of hypoxia and because of injury, because of lack of ATP, because of non-functioning of the sodium potassium ATPase, the cell is in a state of depolarization. So any depolarized cell will act as a source of impulse. So there will be generation of extrasystoles. That means extra amount of impulse is being generated in areas of heart other than the normal areas, such as the SA node. What is the normal area from where the impulse should be generated? From the SA node. Okay, apart from the SA node, these musculature, wherever it is hypoxia and injury, that is acting as your this thing, extrasystole. And whenever there is MI, myocardial infarction, somebody has undergone myocardial infarction. So what is the most common cause of death in myocardial infarction? What is the most common cause of death in myocardial infarction? Can anyone tell me? MI. What is MI? Muscle of the heart is getting ischemic, necrosed. What is the most common cause of death? It is arrhythmias. What he is explaining, all that arrhythmias are the most common cause of death. Why the arrhythmias? Because of these extrasystoles. Okay, I hope that is clear.
Yeah, thank you, Arbaz. Thank you. It was very nice. Okay. No need to rub this. I'll go further. Yeah. So Arbaz has explained really nicely about the ectopic beats, why it's occurring when the cell is depolarized because of ischemia. Okay. So yeah. So extrasystoles are further divided into three types. You do not have to go in detail. Just take the running notes, or just get an idea. Okay. It's divided into three types. Okay, like that: atrial, nodal, and ventricular. Okay, now what is this extrasystole? You have understood, right? Extrasystole, how it is coming from ectopic beats. This you have understood. Ectopic is the main culprit for this. So now when this ectopic beat is coming on the ECG, how will I should give a name, right? I should give a name to it, right? I will give it a name called as premature contraction. Okay, premature contraction. What do I mean by premature contraction? See, for example, this is our heart and this is our conducting system SA node. It will send a signal and AV node is here. This fellow over here in the left atria. Okay, this fellow starting to produce ectopic foci. He will also start stimulating the AV node and all the whole atria. So now on the ECG, what will happen is, suppose this fellow ectopic foci is initiating its stimulus before SA node. Okay, ectopic foci area is stimulating before the SA node. So on the ECG, how will I represent it, guys? Tell me in the atria. P wave again, otherwise P wave like this. Okay, just okay. Do not get confused. SA node is sending a signal. SA node is sending a signal. Then ectopic foci also sending a signal. Do not write it in opposite. You'll get confused. SA node I'm representing here. P wave is normal, right? But ectopic foci also depolarizing the atria. I'm talking about atria. So I will represent this on ECG, right? It is again getting depolarized. So again I will show a small, yes, this small wave, and then QRS and T wave is normal. So what is this? Tell me, guys. This QRS will be normal because it is going to the AV node and then it is depolarizing the ventricles normally. It is depolarizing the ventricles normally, and the T wave will also be normal. But what is happening? We are getting an extra. We are getting an extra small P wave. Tell me why we are getting an extra small P wave. What is this premature contraction we are getting, guys? Tell me. Because of this ectopic foci, SA node is also depolarizing the atria, but this ectopic foci is also depolarizing the atria. So we are getting a small P wave again because of the depolarization. Understood this concept of small P wave in the ECG for atria? Yes. Similarly, come to the nodal. What happens in nodal is in extrasystole is the heart is like this, and this is our. I don't think so, Arbaz, they require so much in detail. Still, I'm explaining them as
Yes,
a
only
whole. The topic will
definitions
be
are
over
enough for
easily.
this. Yes,
Yeah.
definitions are
So
enough.
if only, yeah, exactly. Extrasystoles, you don't have to go in much detail. So nodal, what will happen is this node, AV node, what will happen is AV node will start, the ectopic beats, what will happen is the nodal cells. So for example, I will tell that the nodal cells are present in the AV node. These AV nodal cells will try to send signals automatically. From here, it is getting generated. Okay, so what will happen here is the whole atria and the whole ventricle is getting simulated simultaneously. So the whole heart is contracting together. That is, the atria is contracting together and the ventricle is contracting together. So that's why we are giving a name as nodal. Do not go in detail, guys. Do not go in detail for this. Just remember the definitions, how we are dividing. It's not required at this level, and theory also they will not ask so much. Lastly, yes, ventricular systole. Ventricular extrasystole, what happened? Yes, somewhere over here the extra ectopic foci will start and it will start depolarizing. So what will happen? Tell me. Yes, bundle of is also stimulating. Ectopic foci in the ventricular muscle is also stimulating because of ischemia on the left ventricle, commonly seen. So now on the ECG, P wave will come normally because SA node is normal, AV node is also normal. But when it reaches the bundle of His, yes, this is normal, this is normal. But when it reaches here, QRS, it will come normally for stimulus from the AV node, but again we will have another QRS. Why? Because this again ventricle is getting depolarized, right? Because of this extra ectopic foci in the ventricles, right? So just that's it. If you do not understand, do not worry. It's not an important topic. Just for summarization of extrasystoles, we have atrial, nodal, ventricular. Atria may will on ECG we will have extra P wave. In nodal we will have only QRS because the whole heart is contracting and the P wave will not appear. Do not go in detail for nodal. Okay, just ignore nodal. It is confusing a bit. In ventricles, tell me what is there. Yes, we have P wave is normal, but QRS is coming double times. Okay, P wave, QRS is coming double times. This is the summary. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take. Otherwise, no need. Okay, let's jump to the next part. Paroxysmal tachycardia. In paroxysmal tachycardia, we have an important topic known as WPW syndrome. Apart from that, you do not need to know anything. I'll just tell you in brief. Okay, we have 15 minutes, so I'll just cover fastly. So in the extrasystole, what was the keyword? Tell me. Ectopic foci or premature contraction. But this fellow in paroxysmal tachycardia, paroxysmal means there is abnormal increase in heart rate, sudden abnormal increase in heart rate because of this ectopic foci. Okay, what was happening in this? What was happening? What is the difference from this extrasystole from paroxysmal tachycardia? Tell me, guys. Yes, the only difference is this heart rate is increasing. Sudden heart rate increase is called paroxysmal tachycardia. Tell me what it is. Tell me, guys. Paroxysmal tachycardia is what? Tell me. Yes, tachycardia is heart rate. Sudden increase, sudden ectopic foci is abnormal. Paroxysmal means abnormal amount of increase in heart rate from the ectopic foci. Abnormal variations in the ECG. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Over here, only you have to remember. You have remembered the keyword, right? Yes, you have remembered the keyword. Now, I just want to add. Some people were asking me what is the difference between supraventricular tachycardia and normal ventricular tachycardias. Okay, what is the difference? It comes in paroxysmal only. Uh, okay, supraventricular means that the atria or the AV node is starting to produce AV node system up near the AV node system is starting to produce ectopic foci. But in ventricular tachycardias, ventricular muscle or bundle of his and all that is getting affected. So anything above the ventricles which is getting affected, which is producing tachycardia, is given the name as supraventricular. Simple. It's anatomical. Okay. So that's why supraventricular tachycardia responsible things are atria and AV node. But for ventricular tachycardias, yes, only ventricle is responsible. Now, what will this person feel if there is tachycardia? He will beat rapidly, right? He will beat rapidly. He will face palpitations and all that. Okay. So whenever you are observing a patient, he will come and tell you, I'm feeling the heart rate, I'm feeling the heart beating rapidly. I'm feeling breathlessness and all that. Some complaints, basic complaints will be there. So now let's just talk about atria. Again, we will divide like this: atria and one more. Atrial paroxysmal and AV nodal paroxysmal. Okay. So now I will only discuss AV nodal in detail because in AV nodal paroxysmal tachycardia we have WPW syndrome. Atria is simple Listen up closely. In this atrial paroxysmal tachycardia, here the SA node is there. Here the ectopic foci is there. Okay. This fellow ectopic foci is producing depolarization in the opposite direction and it's producing rapidly. Okay. Understood this? What is happening in paroxysmal tachycardia of atrial paroxysmal tachycardia? Ectopic foci is depolarizing in the opposite direction of normal SA node. SA node will depolarize in this way. This ectopic foci depolarize in the opposite direction. So, and it will produce in a rapid rate. Okay, small P waves only, but in rapid rate. So, what will happen when opposite direction is producing? The P wave will become inverted. P wave will become inverted. Now, it's away from the direction of lead, right? So, P wave will be inverted. That's all. Just write this. P wave is inverted in atrial paroxysmal tachycardia. That's all you have to note down. That's all. That is all there over there. I may be going a bit fast because I have to focus over here. Come to this AV nodal paroxysmal tachycardia. What do I mean by AV nodal paroxysmal tachycardia? What happens over here is this fellow AV node, this fellow is actually temporarily creating there's a blockage in the heart. So focus over here appropriately. This is our SA node. He will produce normally AV node bundle of his. But what is happening is there is a temporary blockage over here. Write down like this. Put the diagram. Temporary blockage in the conducting area. Temporary blockage in the conducting system. Temporary. Okay. So this fellow sent the signal. It reached over here and it stopped. In the people having AV nodal paroxysmal tachycardia, specifically if I write down WPW syndrome, this fellow in his heart will have an abnormal connection. I will draw it with blue. What do I mean by abnormal connection? That abnormal connection is nothing but a conducting system. It will come all the way from here like this and it will join the bundle of this like this. You draw this diagram, guys. Draw this diagram. This I am giving a name as bundle of Kent. Noted this down, guys. Noted this down. Till now, what have we covered? Yes, ASN node is sending the signal, but there is a temporary blockage, and these people will have an abnormal connection, an abnormal conducting system known as bundle of Kent. Up till here, you have understood? Yes, up till here, you have understood. Now, what is the interesting thing happening over here? Listen up closely. This is a VSAQ. Okay. SA node, this fellow will send signals, but this fellow is depolarizing the atria also now. So this depolarizing atria will cause this abnormal conducting system to receive the signal. Now the interesting thing about bundle of Kent is this fellow is this fellow has two interesting properties. He conducts fastly. Okay, fast conduction is present. Okay, and there is no stoppage. There is no delay. There is no delay in this fellow. That's all. That's all you have to see. So what happens here is the signal will come from here like this, like this, like this, and this fellow will depolarize the ventricle before this signal reaches the ventricle. Did you understand? Did you understand this? Did you understand till over here? This SA node is not working. The SA node is working. AB node, it did not reach. There is a blockage. So this abnormal connection. This fellow is receiving the signal. This fellow is taking the conducting to the ventricles. But by the time it reaches the ventricles, what is happening is, by the time it is reaching the ventricles, what is happening is, again this temporary blockage will go off. I said temporary, right? So the moment this temporary blockage is going off, again this fellow will also conduct. So what is happening? Tell me. Massive depolarization. Did you understand this, guys? Arbaz, just let me know now, did they understand this massive ventricular depolarization occurring due to the abnormal connecting system known as bundle of
Yes,
Kent?
they understood. They understood. And Anonymous is asking,
Yeah.
bundle of Kent present in all individuals. No, it is pathological. Bundle of Kent is pathological.
No, it is pathological. It is not present in everyone. Okay. So now what will happen here is this bundle of Kent has an interesting phenomena occurring. This fellow, what will it do? Just for now, up till here, if you have understood, okay, well and good. But I just want to add one more point. I just want to add for people who are very much interested, this fellow will also conduct back into the bundle of his. Yes, this fellow will conduct back like this, will conduct back like this. And what interesting thing happening over here is, what is the interesting thing happening over here is, this fellow has the capability of, again, this fellow bundle of Kent is also connected to the AV node like this. Did you understand this? Did you understand this? So when this red signal is coming back to the AV node, it will re-enter this bundle of Kent, and it will also cause depolarization of the atria when the SA node sends the signal. Understood this correlation of the activities happening? I will write it down in a tabular form. Initially, what is happening? SA node blockage is occurring. SA node blockage. No, SA node's conduction section is temporarily blocked. So it is not reaching the AV node. Okay, it is not reaching the node. By the time here, what this bundle of Kent interesting fellow is doing, tell me? He is causing the ventricles to depolarize. By the time it reaches the ventricles, remember, by the time it reaches the ventricles, this blockage to the AV node has gone away, and this fellow conducts it to the ventricles. So now simultaneously, this ventricle is getting conducted from the SA node's impulse, and it is also getting conducted from the bundle of Kent's impulse. So this simultaneous conduction of depolarization of ventricles is causing what? Massive depolarization. Now another interesting feature I'm writing in the table is, tell me, understand, the interesting feature I'm writing is that this bundle of Kent is connected back to our AV node. Okay, so what will happen is there will be re-entry of this signal back to the bundle of his, as I've shown you in the diagram, for this. For let's signify it with a different color. For this, see, re-entry into the bundle of Kent, and it is also depolarizing the atria when atria is contracting because of SNO. So all of this phenomena have, okay, you have not understood this re-entry phenomena, no worries. You have understood the massive depolarization. That is more than enough, my friends. That is more than enough for you to understand. This is our P wave, which is coming from SA node, which is sending the signals. But then there is a temporary blockage here because AV node is not receiving. But after AV node receives, by the time AV node receives, AV node sends the signals to. Normally, what is happening here? This segment will come normally like this, na? AV node, when it receives, AV node will delay, right? But AV node is not receiving in this fellow. It's taking time. So by the time AV node's temporary blockage is finished, bundle of Kent depolarizes the ventricles. Along with then blockage also goes off. Don't get confused. Otherwise, just forget this AV nodal blockage. Just remember that the bundle of Kent is depolarizing before the AV node is able to do that. If you remember like that, so what will happen is after the P wave, just after the P wave, this will come like this. This will come like this suddenly. There will be not much PR interval, and it will come suddenly like this. It will come like suddenly like this, and this QRS will come, and then T wave, and this T wave. Understood this here, guys? Tell me. Understood this? How on ECG it is coming like this? This you saw why it is depolarizing suddenly. It is occurring very early now. See, normally in our heart, SA node send signal, AV node's delay is present. This delay is present, but this delay is getting compensated in this bundle of Kent person. Why? Because this bundle of Kent is, by the time this delay is occurring, bundle of Kent is depolarizing now. Ventricles. Okay, good. Bundle of Kent is depolarizing, but this delay is gone. Okay, this delay, by the time the delay is occurring, by the time this blockage or delay is occurring, what will happening? The signal is reaching here. By the time the signal reaches in the ventricles, this is trying to depolarize the ventricles, and again this fellow is also trying to depolarize the ventricles, because this AV nodal delay getting compensated by the bundle of Kent. This bundle of Kent fellow is depolarizing by the time reaching the ventricles, otherwise by the time this AV node delay occurs. So that's why AV nodal delay is getting, tell me, shortened, right? Because QRS is occurring early. Why? Bundle of Kent is depolarizing, because AV node's delay is getting compensated by that bundle of Kent. There is another pathway, another shortcut for the ventricles to receive the signal, right? So now this PR interval, if you see over here closely, I will draw it for understanding. This is the P wave, but I have told you that this does not occur normally like this. What happens is this all will go away. It will shorten off like this, and this PR interval becomes decreased. Why? AV node is not occurring, AV nodal delay is not occurring so much, because bundle of Kent is depolarizing the ventricles. So at the moment the bundle of Kent is depolarizing early, this starts now. This QRS complex starts. Q wave is also not seen usually, so I'm not drawing that. So what will happen is this QRS complex will come off. Okay, this R wave will come off, right? This represents what? Ventricular depolarization. It is occurring early. That's what I want to signify. It is occurring early. Why it's occurring early? Bundle of Kent. Early depolarization of ventricles is occurring in the WPW syndrome. That's all I wanted to explain. Why it's occurring? I've explained to you the bundle of Kent. You have to draw this diagram in the exam. You have to draw this diagram in the exam. I've made the notes. You will see now. I'll summarize. So now, why am I focusing so much on this? Tell me. Because this is the characteristic feature seen in this WPW syndrome people. We are giving a name to this wave. We are giving a name to this wave. We will give a name called delta wave. Have you understood this concept? Tell me, everyone. After this over session, in 5 to 10 minutes, I will finish up everything else. Tell me, Arbas, tell me if they've understood the delta wave, how it is occurring because of the early depolarization occurring.
Yes, they have understood everything.
Very nice, very nice. Now nothing much is there. Ho gaya. The whole session is almost over. Now we have to only discuss. Come back to, I think you guys must have lost yourself somewhere. Yes. What I have told you over here, nothing. You have to not focus on all this nonsense. You have to only focus on our, yes, WPW syndrome. Low one gang syndrome, very similar to WPW, but it has other bundles. We have not given those bundles name, but same mechanism. Okay, same mechanism. Okay, and we have not given any name for their waves to occur, because there is no significant, there are many bundles in this syndrome. Don't go in detail. So yeah, atria we have done, atria we have done, AV nodal we have done. Ventricular, no need to go in that much detail. I think ventricular paroxysmal tachya will get you confused. Let's finish off with this atrial flutters and fibrillation, and then we can go home. I mean, we are in home. We'll rest, take a rest. Okay. Yes, over. So now, finally, okay, I'll summarize the notes for you for the WPW. Then we can just finish off the session very early. Yes, see over here, guys. Yes, this is how you should write on the paper. It's a VA6, so I have completed the whole thing in the one paper only. So you see what is there? Yes. So there is AV nodal paroxysmal tachycardia. Yes, definitions you should not miss. Okay, it belongs to AV nodal paroxysmal tachycardia. See the diagram. You have to draw the diagram. See the black arrows carefully. Yes. First, you need to draw. You have to draw two diagrams. One diagram representing the bundle of Kent, and another diagram showing how it skips the AV node and it goes into the ventricles and it causes depolarization. So now, what are the key features I have told you? Yes, the PR interval decreases. Why? Because it is occurring early. Ventricular depolarization is occurring early. What is the next thing occurring? Characteristic delta wave. Rest all will be normal. Rest all will be normal. See in the diagram, you have to draw this delta wave. Happy now? Happy. Theory part is over. Okay? Happy now? Yes. Everything is over now. Almost finished with the ECG, and then you can enjoy. Yes. Atrial flutters. I will just explain fastly. Atrial flutters. See, atrial flutters means this fellow is struggling.
Hello, Sadat, is it stuck? You're not audible, Sadat.
I guess his tab switched off.
But it's showing that he's speaking.
It was showing low battery. I think it's switched off now.
It's switched off. It's showing 41%, right? Battery.
Yeah. Hello,
Uh,
Sadat. He went early to enjoy.
So, okay, I'll add on atrial flutter and atrial fibrillation. What is atrial flutter and atrial fibrillation? Basically, these two are tachycardias. Your tachycardias, that means heart rate is more than 100. Now, based upon how much the heart rate is, we are dividing it as either the flutter or the fibrillation. Flutter means it is from 150 to 300. Okay, beyond 300, it is known as fibrillation. Okay, both these, why the heart rate is increasing here? Why in atrial flutter and atrial fibrillation heart rate is increasing? Because there is some ectopic present. Yes, ectopic. SA node is also beating. Ectopic is also firing. So two impulses are coming. So heart rate is increasing. So two heartbeats are there now. So the heart rate is now increasing. So if the heart rate is increasing from 150 to 300, that is flutter. And if it is more than 350, it is known as atrial fibrillation. So what are the characteristic features of atrial flutter? Means there will be single large ectopic. That means there will be only one ectopic. So that's why the heart rate is little less compared to fibrillation. In fibrillation, there will be many ectopics. Okay, many small ectopics. So all these atrial fibrillation and flutter impulses that are being generated in the atria, because that's why it is the name is atria. So all these ectopics are generated in the atria. Will all the impulses go down into the ventricle, and will the ventricle rate will also be the same as 150 to 300 and greater than 350? Can I know in the chat box? I know in the chat box, will the ventricle rate will be same as atrial rate? I told you in atrial fibrillation, in atrial flutter, no, they are telling yes, no, it will not be same, because your AV node will not allow all the impulses that are being generated as ectopics to go into the ventricle. So, for example, if there are 300 impulses being generated, 150 from SA node and 150 from ectopics, so we are talking about atrial flutter. Only half of them are being shifted to your are being allowed to enter into your ventricle. So the heart rate will be 150, but the your ectopic rate is more than that. I hope you got what I'm trying to say. Same is with atrial fibrillation. So atrial fibrillation, how much is the firing rate? That will be more than 350, but the heart rate is, how much is the heart rate? Yes, it will be less than that, because all the impulses are not being conducted to the ventricles. So that's all about atrial fibrillation, atrial flutter. And atrial fibrillation, there will be incomplete emptying of the atria ka blood into the ventricle. Why will there be incomplete incomplete emptying of the blood from the atria to the ventricle? Because atria is pumping so rapidly, that means there is twitching in the muscle of the atria. The entire atria muscle is not contracting, it is just twitching, because the heart rate is so rapid that it is not able to contract completely and send the blood to the ventricle. So there will be just twitching, and that will lead to accumulation of the blood inside the atria. Yes, in atrial fibrillation there will be accumulation of blood inside the atria. That will lead to what? Whenever there is accumulation of blood, you might have heard that whenever there is prolonged sitting or prolonged someone has come from prolonged air travel, they are sitting for a long time, and decubitus patient, that means they have undergone stroke and they are sleeping for a long period of time, what they will have? They will have thrombosis. Why is there thrombosis? Because there is stagnation of the blood. So whenever there is stagnation of the blood, there will be, it is a prothrombotic factor. Stagnation is a prothrombotic factor. And also in atrial fibrillation, there will be haphazardly pumping of the blood inside the atria. There is also turbulence. So two things are there. One is stagnation of the blood, and second is your turbulence of the blood. So these two are prothrombotic factors. Prothrombotic means they are allowing coagulation of the blood over there. So now the blood will coagulate inside the atria, and that coagulated blood is very, very dangerous for you because that can go into your brain and cause stroke. So one of the most important cause of embolic stroke is atrial fibrillation. So anyone who is undergoing atrial fibrillation has to be prophylactically started on anti platelets and anti-thrombolytics. Okay, antiplatelets they have to be started on. There is a score called ABCD2 score, which not ABCD2 score, it is chat to wax score, which you'll be learning in your medicine. No need, just I told you for this thing, it will be asked in your viva. So this was all about your atrial fibrillation and atrial flutter. And somebody asked in the doubt session that what if two impulses, that is from SA node also your impulse is coming, and from ectopic also your impulse is coming. What if both the impulses come together? Will they be summated? Will they be more than the normal beating of the heart? No, this property of summation is, I think it is not found in the heart. In the cardiac muscle it is not found. In the skeletal muscle, yes, that property of summation is there. Now what will happen if the property of summation is not there? Then what will happen if both the beats are coming together? Only the beat which has come prior will be conducted, and it will be impulse which has come prior, it will be expressed as your QRS complex. The other beat will not be expressed. After this beat gets over, after this one QRS complex gets over, if the other beats come in the relative refractory period, then will the QRS and another QRS form. Hope that is clear. Okay, please do fill the feedback form, guys. Many people are attending, but they're not filling the feedback forms. These feedback forms are important for us because we keep them as documented evidence that we have conducted such and such session, and so many people have attended, so many people have given these feedbacks, and this will be counted for us in our teaching experience and voluntary work that we have done. So this will be helpful for us in our future this thing. If you're writing any in our curriculum vitae, it will be helpful. So that's one of the requests that I would like to make. And one more request is that I'd like to ask you people, if you want a session on cortex, cerebral cortex, type in the chat box cerebral cortex. Do you want a session on cerebral cortex? Cerebral cortex, I'll take a session on cerebral cortex if you want. All the functions of the cerebral cortex. Okay. Okay. Then this thing. Do you want a session on the sections of the midbrain, brainstem? You have sessions of the brainstem, right? With various nuclei and all located. That I can correlate with the session that I took on the neurophysiology part 2. So I can correlate on that. कैसे दरवाजा खोलो खुद क्या I can relate with the neurophysiology part 2. If you want that, please type in the chat box. Okay. Okay. That also I'll take. Do you want a session? Do you want a session on reproductive physiology? What are the topics that you want? You want menstrual cycle, and apart from menstrual cycle, what do you want in reproductive physiology? Type in the chat box. Type in the chat box. Because these 50 people, those are present, these are the usual attenders. These are the people who are gaining benefit from our session. So I'm asking you people, because you people are regularly attending. Okay, systemic embryo. Yes, I will surely take systemic embryo, but in December, after 15th or 20th of December, I will take, because that would take some time for me to prepare, and also we have other sessions right now today. Okay. 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 Embryology. Okay. Okay. Sure. So I think that's all for today. Let us end this session. Thanks for attending. I hope you people are enjoying the sessions, and please take respiratory physiology important topics. Respiratory regulation is there. One of the session in coming week is regulation of respiration. Okay, that topic is there. Other topics means, what do you want? Other topics, lung capacities and all.
Acha, Arbaaz, did you understand? I actually had a connection problem.
Yeah, I explained them the fibrillation and flutter part.
Okay, okay.
Middle ear, yes, middle ear topic is there in the next session. Middle ear topic is there along with the your viva topic. What is viva topic? That Rennie's Weber's test and this test. I'll tell that. Okay. Nerve muscle physiology already done. Okay. So you people can leave the session, I think. Okay.
Please fill up the
I'll
forms,
end the
guys. It's taking, only few people